And we are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 2 of T3's Picks. What is going on, Connor?
How's it going, Tim?
It's not going great as far as yesterday is concerned.
Yeah, Mr. Eagles fan over there feeling today, huh?
Feeling the day, feeling the shitty sports picks I gave out. Let's just get right into it. So we'll go over last episode's parlay. So go ahead and what did we give out? Where are we
Yeah.
at? How did we do?
As everybody knows, we're starting off with our duo parlay. We felt a little frisky last episode, so we actually gave y'all a 3-legger rather than a 2.
Yep.
Coming in with that, we actually only went 1 for 3 on that parlay. So unfortunately, we are going to fall to a lifetime record of 0-1, not starting out too strong here. But we had the over 1.5 goals, Rangers versus Penguins in the first period. That was, unfortunately, Tim's pick did not hit this week.
No, but you know what did happen with that pick? Jari didn't play.
That is crazy.
They did not allow Jari to play. They put somebody else in last second. I didn't even see that update come out until 30 minutes before the game had started.
I didn't know until I turned it on.
The play was already put out, so it's not like I can just cancel the play. People are doing things. People are busy.
Yep.
So that is the reason why I believe the Rangers didn't score, because I think Jari definitely would have let one in.
Yeah, I mean, last night specifically, Jari did get that start and looked awful. I know we did get that win. He had, I think.
Did he let one in the first period?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But 33 saves. Was kind of blessed in that win. He had 3 beat him brutally and go off the post.
Yeah.
So typical Jari, just a matter of time. We did see the Panther 60-minute money line hit though. And then I do want to touch on this Kempe 2.5 shots on goal. We did take the over as a duo pick there. It didn't hit.
Yeah.
But the thing about shots on goal, I do want to warn everybody on right now is the NHL is a little funky on getting their tracking right now. Some of you may have noticed watching some of these live games, shot totals are changing literally mid-game.
Yeah, for instance, Crosby, they cashed him out. That was one of my VIP plays. I had him over 2.5 shots on goal. They cashed him out. One of my clients removed the money from his account, and then his account was negative.
Yes. So
because
there's a big issue.
Shot.
If you're going to take shots, I would highly suggest taking an under right now because we have no idea what's going on with the whole NHL system on that one. But we're not the only ones saying that. There's a lot of analysts out there that have noticed the same thing. So just be wary out there, guys. Be careful on those shots on goal totals right now.
Yeah.
But overall, lifetime 0-1. We're not going to give out another one of these today just due to the lack of games. We have one MLB game today. So
there's nothing on.
Literally. So our episode 3, we'll get back to this and give y'all a nice little lay.
Yeah, today's really just pretty much a recap, a Sunday look ahead. And we are going to have a 6th and 60. So we're going to give you 6 plays that we think are going to win, that you could put them in a parlay for some fun pizza money, $5 to $15 if you wanted to for fun. Not something that we're telling you to bet, but something that you could look to bet based on all of our research. So we're going to go through everything. I'm going to go through the recap real quick of my VIP Patreon day. Unfortunately, I gave out 5 plays. I was feeling like I don't even know who. Jesus. I'm not. We went 1-4. We had an absolutely abysmal day, and I do apologize to all the clients. I'm just going to quickly go through all the plays that we had. We had the Brewers team total over 3.5 against the Cubs. I did not think the Brewers were going to win. I did think the Cubs were going to win. I just couldn't get to the window with that pick because of how hot the Brewers bats have been. 2 days ago, they scored a total of 3 runs. Every other game, they had scored over a total of 4. So I was like, okay, one off day, no big deal. And then yesterday, they come out and score a big fucking goose egg on the scoreboard. You can't plan for that. Definitely not the way I thought the game was going to go, but it's just a shitty thing to see that they can't even get fucking 1. I think they only had like 3 or 4 hits. So just not a good day for the Brewers. I apologize about that pick. Then we move on to our 2-pick parlay. We had the Golden Knights -1.5 over the Sharks. They had come out and played a game previously over the Kings. They lost that game. They had a game under their belt. The Sharks have not played yet. I really thought that Vegas was going to come out, bounce back at home. I'm sorry, they weren't at home. It was a short little trip from where the hell did the Kings play? Sacramento?
LA.
Yeah. So I don't know, why did I say Sacramento? Anyway, the LA Kings, it's a short flight from, LA to San Jose to where the
Jose.
Sharks live.
Yeah,
So
it's a little pond
yeah,
hopper
we're on
flight.
Copper Pond. So I really did not think that having a game under their belt, having taken a loss, that they were going to come out. And they did win, but they won in overtime, so we didn't get the -1.5. And in that parlay, we had the Avalanche money line regulation that
I'm
ended up.
upset I missed that one live. I'm not gonna lie. That Sharks game was crazy.
I didn't even watch the whole thing. The day was pretty much done by that, so I just went to bed. I was pretty
Yeah.
angry. But in that parlay, we also had Avalanche money line in regulation. That did cash, so we went 1 for 1 in the parlay. Doesn't get us to the window. Our next parlay was a 2-leg as well. We had Marner assist and a Barbashev point. Barbashev got the point. Marner did not get his assist. So that was heartbreaking as well. We are now 0-3 on the day. We had Cam Scattaboo over 11.5 rushing attempts. That cashed with ease. I think he was like upwards of 18, 19, 20
Yeah,
rushing attempts.
he was pounding the rock
Went
last night.
absolutely off. So we cashed there. Now we're 1-3. Great. And our final play of the night brings us to Daniel Bellinger over 1.5 receptions. He plays for the Giants. He didn't even have a target. Jack Dart didn't even look his way, man. He was throwing to Johnson all night. Johnson had 2 receptions. Good for him. I guess I picked the wrong tight end. And then if we look at the Eagles side of the ball, Dallas Goedert had how many receptions?
Yeah, he had over 80 yards.
Yesterday was the day. Yesterday was the day to take the Eagles player prop for receivers.
Oh,
What
I
the
did.
hell?
And I
What the
did
hell?
too.
So just overall bad day. And the worst part is on my slip here, I even have with the next to it, I have Dodgers team total, first 5 under 2.5. I have Phillies and Dodgers, Nerfy for that game. So I had things on here that could have had the day completely flipped, and I just went with some other things. I do apologize. We're gonna get back to our winning ways of 1 pick, 1 winner. With that being said, I do have a small 2-leg parlay out that is going off at 11:30 for some overseas hockey. There's absolutely nothing on. I've bet on overseas hockey before. I have a pretty good insight on these teams. It's a very light play. It's a 1-unit play, but it's to win 7 units. So if you haven't already, go ahead and tap the link in the description below. You can also tap the link in my bio on my YouTube channel to send you right over to the Patreon to get you signed up for $25 a month, only 83 cents a day. We are currently 12-13 and at 3.7 units for the month. So hopefully if this little 2-legger cashes, we go up to over 10 units. So I'm looking to see some positivity come out of today, even though the slate is not fucking great. Let's move into our hot takes. My hot take is that the Eagles blow. We are frauds right now. We are absolutely atrocious. It's not only our play calling, it's our lack of defense, it's our lack of discipline. My team looked like they did not want to be there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I can't put it all. I mean, the defensive struggles, I don't know where that's coming from, quite frankly. Like
I think it's just coming from, losing some guys, not having maybe some of the same camaraderie and the same relationships around in the locker room. Some of the guys that were probably pick-me-up teammates aren't around anymore. So you got guys that are getting into their own head and really, really, really like kind of taking a hit on themselves when they should be picking themselves up. I know like Brandon Graham, really positive guy, even when things are going bad, he speaks positively to the sideline, and not having him there now, that might be taking a toll. Darius Slay, another positive guy when things aren't going well, he's not there. So just some serious adjustments. I think we got to take a hard look in the mirror. I did not think I said last week we needed that loss. We didn't need this loss.
No, this one was a real smack in the mouth, I think. And if you're going to put this game solely on someone's shoulders, I think it's got to be Jalen Hurts.
I think I disagree with that. I don't think he was great. He missed a lot of passes, missed a lot of wide open receivers. He looks scared to throw the ball. He looks
That's what I'm saying. His confidence isn't there.
yeah,
He's
he looks
not
like he
pushing the
doesn't
ball downfield. And
he
when he
doesn't
is, he's not being accurate. I mean, not Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, sorry, excuse me, literally looked like a Madden play, blurred his corner, had him tripping over his feet, and Hurts is going to overthrow him by 20 yards.
yeah.
you're in the fourth quarter down by 10 points in the red zone, and Jahan Dotson is your first read, and you end up throwing a pick when you had
it should have been fucking Brown, AJ Brown over the middle.
wide,
On
bro.
that slant.
And that's the thing and that's where the depth of ball knowledge isn't coming into play here in the criticism. A lot of people are looking at this like, oh, it's the play calling, yada, yada, yada. No, that snap, you even had a pre-snap motion to help Jalen Hurts identify that was a zero-man coverage look. There was one high safety, 3 receivers with the tight end set on your left side. That leaves one high safety to cover your tight end, no help in the middle, and you're not going to hit A.J. Brown on your deep in route? Brother, that is quarterback play at its finest. That's not play calling. That's not coaching. That falls on the shoulders of your quarterback, man. And
yeah, it does. That play
tough.
specifically. And you know what? I just think right now he's struggling with the inability to not want to fail. Like he doesn't want to be imperfect. It seems like
he's trying too hard to be perfect.
Yeah,
right?
it's like, dude, just play the
These
game. Yes,
checkdowns,
it
high
doesn't matter how many
efficiency.
points we score as long as we win, but just go out there and play. Don't play scared ball. That's what it looks like he's playing right now.
And that's why I made the reference last episode. Like, you guys are playing a very Steelers-esque offense right now. You're not really taking too many chances. You're just high efficiency, trying to get the ball short into your playmakers' hands. Like, you were backed up on one of your last drives. It was like the 7 or 8 minute mark last night. 3rd and 3, and you hit Barkley 8 yards in the backfield on a swing pass, dog.
Yeah.
Now that one's coaching. That one there is coaching.
Well,
and
also
even as a veteran quarterback,
with the reads and the play calling there, like what type of play calls are we taking in those situations?
And even from a veteran Super Bowl winning quarterback, I think you mentioned it last week how many times Jalen Hurts has changed the play at the line of scrimmage. I get you can get a bad play call in the huddle, but at the end of the day, that does come back at your quarterback going under center and calling a hut without killing that play.
Yeah.
Without actually recognizing what the defense is in across.
I can also understand the whole wanting to trust, the system that's in place to take or to alleviate some of the shit that's on your shoulders.
No doubt.
But
I won't lie, your team is looked at under a microscope. I mean, especially with the tush push controversy.
I didn't like that we ran it 3 times last night. I did not like that we ran it 3 times. I was over it. I was like, dude, seriously, bro? Like, this is stupid.
And again, 3 of the 4 times you ran it
got hurt.
Yeah, and 3 of the 4 times you ran it were you false started. Your right guard false started on 3 out of the 4 of those.
Yeah, he did.
And it's like, I get a successful play, but my gripe with the tush push is defensively, you are not allowed to cut the offensive lineman. You're not allowed to just take your helmet and put it through his kneecap.
Yeah.
So based off of the rule book alone, you guys have found a loophole because everybody knows in ball, low man wins. So if I physically cannot and am not allowed to get lower than you, how do I stop it other than trying to hurt you? And, you never want to see that with the whole bounty gate thing. But at the end of the day, the only way this stops is the opposing head coach tells his D linemen, tear their ACLs. Sorry. That's the only way to wake everybody up, and it's unfortunate, and you don't want to see anybody get hurt, but quite frankly, something has to change, man.
Yeah.
It's killing the integrity.
You see anything else around the league you want to talk about?
I do. I wanna brush on, what's your opinion on the artificial turf to grass?
I think grass allows for more movement, when you're hard stopping and things of that nature. It's not a fixed.
A lot of Achilles injuries this year already.
Yeah.
And we're in week what? We're going into week 5, this is?
6.
6? Yeah.
No.
Well, my team had a bye. Well,
yeah, week 6.
Yeah. My team had a bye, so it messes me all up.
I'm pretty sure this is week 6. I could be wrong.
But, man, we're watching week after week dudes just blow their Achilles straight out of their legs, and something needs to be done about that too, quite frankly.
I also think the level of play has kind of leveled off in the NFL. As far as like what's coming out of college, I think a lot of these guys need more grooming than just being able to throw them in. I don't know if it was just the style of coaching, you know, anywhere from 6 to, 15 years ago back in college, or the style or what you were allowed to say to kids, but like
Yeah,
you have people coming in now that like just seem lost.
not ready.
And it doesn't, and
Not
I'm not
ready
even
for it
talking about quarterbacks.
professionally
I'm not even
or
just
even
talking about
physically.
but I'm not even just talking about quarterbacks. I'm talking about all levels
All of
of
them.
position. It's just like I think this NIL money is starting to get to everybody. And then
That it's building the egos. You got guys coming in that are like, I'm ready to start now. You're seeing more and more quarterbacks over the last few years come in as rookies and just get thrown to the wolves.
yeah,
Brady didn't do that. Ben didn't do that. Like you have all these great
type of
quarterbacks that
success they
don't
have
do
because
that.
they're groomed correctly. So,
Exactly. And even Brady has said that. I think it was even a year or two ago that he went on and mentioned in an interview that college sports is declining. It's not preparing athletes like it used to physically or professionally was his biggest one. Like you got guys coming in the league as a Steelers fan, George Pickens, for example, man. Horrible attitude, terrible locker room guy. What are you supposed to do with that as a head coach? Because in the NFL, I get you're there to maintain and manage that kind of thing, but that's also a professional setting. If you showed up to work and acted like that, they're going to kick you out the door. You
yeah,
pack up your office, you're out. So
yeah,
I really feel like that professionalism in the game is just lacking entirely. And like you said, I think a lot of it does come from NIL money.
100%, 100%. So, all right, let's move on into the MLB, NFL, and NHL breaking news. Do you know of anything? Because I haven't seen
I
really.
mean, other than some recent seasons ending, the Yankees went down in ugly fashion in a bullpen game.
Yep, Phillies last night
That
lost.
was bad.
They were winning at the top of the seventh, beginning of the seventh, around the eighth inning. I don't know. It
And
was
then
1-0 at
literally
one point. Phillies, they lose 3 to
and
2.
threw it away.
Yeah.
Lights, talk about the lights being way too bright. That was wicked work.
Last night, Philadelphia needed a Pepto Bismol because the Phillies losing, then the Eagles losing. It was rough. The Flyers
Yeah, no,
lost.
I don't know if you can really count it as breaking news, more as, early trends for the trade deadline. But the Saints looking at getting gutted. Rashid Shaheed rumored to be on his way out potentially to the Steelers. Alvin Kamara linked to the Chiefs and Chargers, and Chris Olave also linked to a few teams in need. The Jets, Brees Hall on his contract year, potentially on his way out closer to the deadline, as they're looking at potentially 0-6 this week against the Broncos. That is a very tough matchup for them. And then NHL wise, man, I think this is kind of shaping up early season exactly how we'd expect it to. I didn't expect my Penguins to be 2-0. I'll give you that out right now. But I mean, Panthers on top, Bruins on top, Pens, Canes, Rangers. I mean, I'm not seeing anything in the hockey world right now that's like kind of jumping off the page that would, shake anything up here early season.
I mean, you still got the Brian Dable pressure. He kind of gets gets a little bit of relief after that big win last night, so that's good for him. You still got the Miami head coach. He's still in the hot seat. No.
Yo, big time. If they can't find a way to beat this, they're playing the Chargers this week, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
The Dolphins Chargers, yeah. Because the Chargers are beat up. You gotta remember Najee Harris, he's out. Omarion Hampton found his way to IR this week as well. So both their starting running backs on the bench.
Yeah. So it's not a.
Gotta find a way.
It's
Have
not.
to find a way.
It's not looking good right now for the League of Sports.
Hey, I do want to throw out there though, my hot take last week of Jackson Dart potentially rookie of the year. He is now the third favorite in odds after that last night's performance to win rookie of the year. So we're on the upward trend on that one.
I bet. I bet. All right. Today's leans and projections. There's really not much. There's not much on the board. Not even a little bit. I mean, we can discuss this baseball game here.
It's
but
scary taking it when there's only one
yeah,
game out
there's only
there.
one game on the
It's
board.
scary.
It's like, ooh. So let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? So tonight at 8:08 p.m. we have the Tigers and the Mariners. I'm trying to bring up right now live odds.
I think the only play for this game, quite frankly, is Tariq Skubal for 27 strikeouts.
Get out of this guy.
And
27.
that's why we don't give out financial advice, ladies and gentlemen.
That is correct. That is correct. All right, so let's see here. We have the Tigers. They are minus 130 on the money line, and we have the Mariners plus 110 tonight on the money line. Who's pitching? Let's see who they have pitching.
Skubal and Kirby.
Skubal and Kirby.
Yes, sir. Skubal has done very well in the past against the Mariners, but his strikeout lines are very high for tonight.
His strikeout line, what is it at? 7.5? It's always at 7.5.
Actually, last I checked, I believe it was 8.5. Oh no, it's Tariq Skubal over 9.5.
Wow.
1+116 on the over 9.5.
Wow.
And
Honestly,
then Kirby is at 5.5 right now on FanDuel.
I think I like Detroit to close out that series this evening.
But I'm doing it with 9.5, bro. That'd be a statement.
No, I don't necessarily think he does it with 9.5, but I could definitely see the Tigers taking it here. They gave up an opportunity last game at home. Now Seattle kind of comes back home. I mean, I definitely think this is going to be a tough one, but the Tigers, in my opinion, have the better bullpen. Seattle's one of these teams, from what I've seen all season and the research and just the style of play, they're wait for the home run ball. Kind of like
Mariners don't touch Scoob. I was looking at the
no, it's
strikeouts
not that
and
they
whatnot. They don't touch them.
what I'm saying is that in Seattle, at their park specifically,
Yep.
it's a decent home run park, but that's all that team waits for. They're not a drive-in runs with base hits. They are get some people on and wait for that ball to hit a jack and get some runs on the board at a clip.
So sorry, I feel a sneeze coming on. Maybe not.
Maybe
Rose Arena, 21 at bats, 8 strikeouts. Polanco, 29 at bats, 5 strikeouts. Cal Raleigh, 12 at bats, 5 strikeouts, and Mitch Garver, 17 at bats, 9 strikeouts. So I mean, it's almost a 50-50 line with their best batters on if they're going to get striked out or not. So I can't necessarily say that's solid.
100%. I mean, you know what I can actually see here, and what I would look to actually bet on if I was going to take anything in this game, it might be a first 5 inning totals. Let's see here. You can get
The whole game's at 5.5.
Holy shit! Yeah, I'm just seeing that right now. That is insane. The whole game is at 5.5. Wow. All right.
I do kind of like where that line's at though, because the Mariners strike out on a 32% per plate appearance. 32% strikeout.
No, that's not. I mean, he's gotten 11 and 12 before. Like, it's not something he can't do. But
I think it comes down to how long he goes.
1,000%. But you also have to take into account, like, when you have a 7.5 line, you need 8, right?
Yeah.
So if he gets 10, 11, you're like, holy crap, dude, thank you. Like, this was a no sweat. But now that it's 9.5, you need 10. Like, you need
needing 10. Double digits is
that's insane.
Yeah, you're sitting there sweating in the first inning, needing 1 or 2 strikeouts. Like
exactly, he needs to go at least 2, 4, 6, 8. He needs to go at least 5 innings and get 2 strikeouts per inning.
I don't like that. And even if he goes 6 or 7, you're talking at least 1, if not 2, majority of innings. Like that's still needing 2 on majority.
So they have him. Okay, so this kind of gives you some insight real quick. So on Hard Rock app, his over-under line for projected outs is at 19.5. So they have him going all the way through into the 8th inning. because 18 outs is the 6th inning.
No, that's the 5th. 3, 6, 9, 12, 18.
Yeah, is the 6th inning. 3, 6, 9, 12. Shut up, Connor.
The 5th, I skipped 15. I'm dumb. Yeah. I haven't slept since 4 o'clock yesterday.
So, okay, all right. So that's the 5th inning, 18. So 19, 20. They want him to get, they want
20 out of 27 outs.
5.2 innings is what he would need to pitch in order to be able to hit that line.
I think that's a given. I think he definitely goes over 5 innings.
Wait, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
18. Yes. That's why I said I was wrong and I haven't slept in almost 24 hours. 6.
Yeah, that's why I was like, bro, I'm still right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he needs to go to the 7th inning is what he needs to go to. I don't know if I like that. The under for like the Nerfy, the no run in the 1st inning is minus 200. There's quite literally no value in that. Unless you were to take the under 3.5 in the first 5 innings for total runs and then go to inning props and take the under with it, you can get minus 100.
And this I come back to once again. It's the only game out there. All the money in the country is going to be on this game.
No, because there's college football on. You and I just don't talk college football because I can't with the.
There is some college ball, but I mean, you're talking college ball and MLB playoffs. Like, it's the only MLB game.
Yeah,
it's,
but
it's
still,
just dangerous, man. It's dangerous.
I'm telling you, all the money's going to be on football. Everybody would much rather watch football than baseball. It's just how the country is. But
especially these two teams. I get that. But like,
let's move on to the fucking next topic here.
What do we got next?
Oh, we got our Sunday look ahead. So we're gonna go ahead and bring up some pictures here of the live lines. We're gonna go ahead and move over. Oh no,
you have to actually kill our faces. Unfortunately, they can't look at the cuteness.
Yeah. All right. So on Sunday at 9:30 a.m., we have the Broncos and the Jets. The Jets are at home. The Broncos are a 7-point favorite on the spread. The total is at 43.5. And let me take this stupid little thing off so you guys can see.
I just want to throw in there, I'm sick and tired of these 9 a.m. games, man. I am sick and tired of it.
Well, the 9 a.m. games, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of them either. Just because it's like I wake up at whatever time and I'm like, oh yeah, there's football on, and I'm
like I'm tuning into like maybe the 3rd or 4th quarter, like
I don't.
And then obviously the Steelers played Minnesota just the other week, so I had to actually wake up on a Sunday at 9 a.m. to see my team play. No, thank you.
Yeah, no. And then the whole day you just sit and
watching.
No,
you're watching Sunday night football, and it's like, bro, it's 14 hours. I'm good.
No, I just mean the whole like, I like to wait for my team to play. I like the hype. Them playing that early, you wake up, watch them, and then okay, what do I do with the rest of my day? Like
exactly. Like I'm tuning into ball, but like I ain't got nothing to. Like I'm now gambling on every single game for funsies just to keep myself awake.
Yeah. All right, let's go through these real quick. We'll just kind of talk about each game quickly, kind of give who we think is going to win and move on. So, Jets Broncos. I like the under in this game. I think if you bump up the under all the way to 45.5, I think if you take that, you should be pretty safe. Yeah. What do you like in that game?
I would almost even take the Broncos -7.
Really?
They're gonna the Jets at this point. They need to fire their head coach. He's on the hot seat. Yeah. Justin Fields terrible against top defenses. It's just not going to be a good day for the Jets.
All right.
0-6.
Chargers Dolphins. Chargers 3.5 favorite on the spread. The over under is at 43.5, and the Chargers are -210 on the money line, and the Dolphins are +175. Who do you like here and why?
See, I at first glance definitely like the Chargers, but at the end of the day, I think the Dolphins, with Daniels on the hot seat, they're the healthier team coming into this one. The Chargers don't have a backfield. Let me get the Dolphins upset in the Chargers.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Give me. You're gonna have to buy it down. You're gonna have to take the alternate here. But I like the alternate passing yards for Justin Herbert. I think over 225 is pretty safe there. I'm trying to
Uh,
look at it right now.
I agree. With no backfield against a not very good Dolphins secondary, he's going to have to sling that rock.
Yeah, I think so as well.
There's going to be a lot of good receiver lines in that game, I have a feeling.
Yeah, over 224 and a half. So over 225 is minus 260. I think if you take that with something like a receiver prop for McConkey, or if you get him at like 4 receptions or something like that, I think you can make out a little parlay and make
Tight ends
that.
have had really good lines this season.
Yeah,
Tight ends.
that's also true. I think you can make some money in that game. I think you should just stick with like player props, maybe a 2-pick parlay, little player prop, something that's just going to make the value a little bit better for
Throw
yourself.
your 30% boost on a little 2 to 3 legger out of that game, and
Yep. Next, we got the Browns, the Steelers. The Steelers are a 5.5-point favorite on the spread. The total is only at 38 for this game. And the Steelers are minus 275, where the Browns are plus 225. I think I will take I think I like the over in this game, if I'm being honest. I know it's a
I disagree.
I know it's a divisional game. I know it's a rivalry game, but I just think I really don't know what I think. There's not
I
much.
like my Steelers to win, but you got to remember we always play down. And like you said, it's an AFC North game, man. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be hard hitting,
Yeah,
and
let me change my lean. I just don't like the number of 38 because a 2020 game, you're screwed.
yeah, exactly.
You know, um, and this being a 1 o'clock game, this not being like a late afternoon game where the players are kind of like,
It's Mike Tomlin, man. We're gonna get ahead by 3 to 7 points and sit on it like hens hatching an egg.
probably. I'd feel pretty safe though taking Browns plus 6.5, plus 7. I think that those types of games are always pretty close, but I don't know.
Mhm.
Not a game that I would even really consider putting any of my money on.
It's too much. It's too
Yeah,
iffy.
I don't like it. I would stay away from it. I'm just talking about it because it's on the board. So, Patriots Saints. Patriots a 3-point favorite on the spread, total 46, and they are a minus 190 favorite on the money line, where the Saints are a plus 155 favorite. I think the only way you can really look here is something that has to do with the Patriots. I really don't like the Saints. Like you said before, the Saints are kind of getting ready to get all
Potentially
their
gutted.
so potentially gutted. So I
I
don't
will
think.
say this game has a lot of bearing in that though, because they're coming off of a decent game
But I don't
last
think the
week. If they
headspace.
can steal one.
I don't think the headspace and the mentality is going to be right. I don't think the camaraderie in the locker room is going to be good if people know they're on their way out, or at least want to be on their way out. So I think the only way you can really look in this game is a Patriots pick,
And
or
I think they did look good against the Bills.
huh?
I think they did look good against the
That's
Bills.
what I'm saying. And the Bills are a pretty powerhouse stacked team. I mean, I understand
And
injuries,
Super Bowl favorites at this point, absolutely.
but do you like anything in that game, or like I wouldn't? I wouldn't put my money on anything, but I think it's kind of like a
I would
Patriots.
probably go under on this game.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be scrappy, a lot of just sloppy football in general, a lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes from both sides, a lot of punts.
All
Under
right.
46, please.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, Cardinals, Colts. You got the Colts 7.5-point favorite. Total is at 46.5. Colts minus 400. Cardinals plus 300. I like Daniel Jones, to go under whatever his passing yards is. Last week he blew out. Who are they playing? The Raiders.
Yeah, I believe they play. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so last week, Daniel Jones got taken out with 212 yards. I had him over 225 last week. They took him out with 13 yards needed for that to cash, and put in whoever the hell the backup is, because they were blowing out the Raiders. I don't think they're going to blow out the Raiders as bad, but I do think it could be a similar type of result leading to maybe Daniel Jones, because what are his passing yards last week were like at 260 or something. So if they're around the same, I would definitely consider looking at that, possibly even getting to the window with that. But again, just leans, just stuff we're looking at and talking about, not necessarily anything
Yeah,
that
I don't think this game's close. Give me Jonathan Taylor 60 plus on the alt line.
Daniel Jones is at 233.5
I
currently.
like I like Jonathan Taylor to go over 60 rushing in this game.
Okay.
Easy.
Move on to the Rams and the Ravens. Ravens, Rams minus 7.5 point favorite. Totals at 44.5. Rams minus 400. Ravens plus 300. I think the only way you can look at this game is the Rams. I understand Lamar Jackson is one person, but he's still their entire team. So
If this is your game of choice to bet on this week, obviously the money line but there's not good odds on it, so you'd have to look player props. Look at
yeah,
your receivers. Look at I would actually lean into Kyron Williams heavily in this
I
game.
would
I expect the Rams to go up early and just pound that rock, baby.
also look for Matthew Stafford if he's above a total of 240 passing yards. I think you can look to kind of shade the under to that. I also think you can take the passing attempts for the Ravens backup if they ever post that. If it is anywhere from, I would say, 26 to 30, you can probably take it and feel kind of stress free. I feel like the Ravens are going to be playing from behind a lot. I understand they still have Derrick Henry. They can hand the ball off, blah, blah, blah. But if you're playing from behind the
Yeah,
whole,
but even playing from behind last week, they did not put much stock into him, man. They did
that's,
not.
that's what I'm saying. So, I think that's the way that you could look in that game. So let's keep this moving because there's a lot of games and I'm getting over this. We got the Bengals and the Packers.
I don't even think we need to discuss that one.
If you're looking at the Bengals, I think you're kind of silly.
Minus
However,
13.
the Packers are still losing or are still missing some of their key wide receivers. So while the Packers should blow them out, I think 14 might be a little bit steep. I'm not saying look at plus 14. I'm just saying, kind
Well,
of.
you got Joe Flacco rolling into Cincy.
I know, but I'm saying, dive into the game, look at some player props, maybe look at some first quarter bets, things of that nature. I think you can get better odds that way than looking for a whole 14 by the end of the game.
I don't know if Joe will start this game or not, seeing that trade just happened a couple days ago. But if Joe Flacco is named the starter for this game, look at the Cincinnati receiver props.
Well,
They should have good odds.
didn't Joe
And
Flacco
Joe
also
Flacco
play the
can still
Packers?
win. What's up?
Didn't Joe Flacco play the Packers when he was on the Browns?
Yeah, and he beat them.
Yeah. So
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Take those receiver props, man. They're gonna have juiced odds, and Joe can still sling that rock, baby.
yeah, Jamar Chase might actually get some yards. All right. 49ers, Buccaneers, 49ers. Good Lord, I keep picking the wrong team. Buccaneers, 3-point favorite, under 47.5 for the total. Buccaneers are a minus 165 favorite, whereas the 49ers are a plus 135 underdog. I don't think the 49ers are getting enough respect here. I think it's just recency bias. I understand that the Bucs look good. I don't think they're as good as they actually look.
That's a hot take coming from an Eagles fan.
I know, but I don't like the way they're winning. Because I see it all the time because my team does it. I feel like they're just kind of squeaking
Yep,
by wins.
inconsistent.
So I definitely think while a +3 is a key number, I don't think that the 49ers lose by anything more than 6.5 for sure. And again, I could be wrong, but that's just my hot take right now. And I also think that the Buccaneers haven't beat anybody by 3 yet this season. So at least from the last time I looked, I could be totally wrong and just having a brain fart. But I'd like the +3, but I think I'd bump that up to 6.5. And again, if you're looking for player props, I'd look at some receivers and stuff like that for Mayfield.
Yep. I would be looking at See, the Niners are really hurting in their receiver category right now. I don't believe they're getting anybody back this week. But with that being said, I know this because it cost me money. That Niners team does not care if that offense is hurting. They're going to sling the rock. Do not shy away from player props on those Niners this week. I would look heavily into that as the Bucks defense has not been great.
No.
That's why Baker has had to lead these immaculate end game drives. I will call those immaculate.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right.
But we've got Lions and Chiefs here Sunday night ball. This should be a banger.
Yeah.
But sloppy football from the Chiefs. We got a +2, -2 on the spread. I like the Lions here rolling into Arrowhead.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. I just don't like I just don't like what the Chiefs are doing. I don't like the way the Chiefs are playing. Just a slight lean on the Lions. Nothing I don't think I'll get to the window with, but as of right now, it's something that I definitely got my eyes on. Last two games of the week. Last 2 games of the week, we got the Bills and the Falcons. Bills favored by 4. Total is at 50. Bills -225 on the money line and +185 for the Falcons. I think the only way you can really look here is the Bills, especially coming off of that tough loss last week against the Patriots. I think they come out kind of snap back. I think they had a hard week of practice. Plus a longer week as well. They're playing on Monday. That upcoming week will be a short week, so depending on who they're playing next week, maybe, look to fade them or, adjust accordingly. But this week, I think they come back and adjust correctly.
Give me the over in this game.
That is a hot take, 50 points.
I think the Bills put up at least 30 plus on these Falcons. And the Falcons, I can't deny, have had solid offensive production with Michael Penix leading the charge. Expect them to probably go at least 17 to 20 plus points with the Bills dropping 30. That puts you right there hovering on that 50 mark.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think you could also look to take the Bills team total as well, depending on what that is. I think if it's, at 24, I would look to shy away once it starts getting up there at like 27 and stuff of that nature. I know you just said you see them getting up there of 30 plus, but even still, I think anywhere if you can get the team total for the Buffalo Bills at anywhere from 21.5 to I would say 24.5, I think you got a pretty good chance of cashing that.
And that's going to be a passing game. I would shy away from running backs. Both of those teams have had very good defensive fronts thus far. So watch yourselves.
Last game on the slate for this week's football, we have the Bears and the Washington Commanders. The Commanders are favored by 4.5 with a total of 50 as well. Commanders are -225 on the money line, where the Bears are +185. Connor, what do you like in this game?
I think you have to go the Commanders here. Probably this is another player prop game to me. I'm not the big money line guy, especially with the Commanders being -225. It doesn't really move the needle too much for me here. A 50 on this game, kind of crazy with what's his name? Jaden Daniels still kind of finding his footing coming back from that injury. He started very slow last week, so I would shy away from that. I would take a Commanders W and lean towards player props on this one, more so on the Commanders side of the ball.
I would also look here for Commanders team total. I think it'll be somewhere around like 17, 19. Anything over 23.5, I wouldn't touch. But I like 23 and below for the team total for the Commanders as well.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that Monday night game. Caleb Williams could give us a show depending on which version we get.
Yeah, we could see something. So
he's so inconsistent, man.
All right, it is time to wrap this thing up here. But before we do so, we are going to go ahead and we are going to give you a 6 and 60. So this is the first time we've ever done this. We're going to track this just like we do for the 2-pick parlay. So essentially what it is Connor has picked 3 teams. I've picked 3 teams from the Sunday slate. We'll do this every single Friday, and we'll give you 6 teams on the money line that we think is going to win on Sunday that you could put a little pizza money on if you want. And if you disagree, don't place it. Let us know who you like in the comments. Let us know who you think is going to win in the comments. And, don't forget to drop us a like, follow, subscribe, and share it with your friends.
Today's money line day. We'll get into
Hold
some
on.
player props on the next episode.
Oh,
Those
I'm
of you
sorry.
that care.
Sorry. I want you to re-say that. I thought you were going to hop into it. And I was like, wait, I got
No. Today, since we don't obviously have player props in the books yet, all money lines today. On our next episode, when we actually get the player props in the books, we'll go over some player prop parlays and put together the what are we calling it? Our duo parlay. We'll get another one of those out for you before Sunday as well.
Yeah. So I think this show, we're going to try to do it maybe 3 times a week. It's kind of hard because our sleep schedules are all screwed up. And, I know you're working and I'm trying to work and get a job and all that fun crap. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this 6 in 60. So do you want to start or you want me to start?
Let's get your 3.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. All right, so the first play is I'm going to go Rams money line. I think that's the only way you can go in that game versus the Ravens. The Ravens are absolutely awful without Lamar Jackson. I also like Dallas. I forget who Dallas is playing currently because this is really stressing me out, but I really like Dallas on the money line.
Carolina Panthers.
Carolina is awful. I think Washington is the only way to go over the Bears. This is so stressful. Oh, my goodness. So Caleb Williams paints his fingernails, and he can't throw the ball that well. Okay, go.
Oh, I got to finish in 30? All right, I got my Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cleveland Browns because they burnt the terrible towel, and we all know how that goes. The Indianapolis Colts because Danny Dimes is Danny the Dog Dimes this year. Detroit Lions rolling into Arrowhead, kicking the teeth in of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I'm taking the upset. Give me the Lions Sunday night. There's your 6 in 60, baby.
All right, we did it. That was stressful. My brain went blank.
Trying to pick around your games.
Not even that. I was like, okay, I have mine. I'm like looking off to the side from like what I wrote down just before we did this. And like, I'm trying to remember what I was thinking about for my talking points. And I just started to get stressed. And I was like, ah. Shit. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in to episode 2. If you want the picks we're 100% confident in each and every day, go ahead and sign up for the Patreon. I'm going to leave the link in the description below, but you can also go ahead over to the profile of the YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and get the same link, and it'll send you right over to the Patreon. It's only $25 a month, 83 cents a day. We are currently 12 and 13. I've never had a losing record at the end of the month, and it's only the 10th. We are still up 3.7 units with one play out today for 1 unit to bring back 7 units. That's going off at 11:30. So you still have time to get that if you want it. Connor, it's been a pleasure, my friend.
Yes, sir. Till next time, brother.
Till next time. Peace out, everybody.